Hello, members of the Court of Public Opinion and fellow members of the bench. I am your host, Mrs. Independent, aka I am not a lawyer. And our SENZO MEYIWA's case lead investigator must be the luckiest man on earth. You go and you profile people, you arrest them for something else, for different cases, and boom, 2 days later, two of them they confess. All right, now you have information, but now the question is, according to their confessions, it was a hit, right? And the most important question is, at what cost did this accused agree to commit this crime? How much was it paid for them to do this? And the proof of how it was paid to all of them. This is the question that is not answerable from the lead IO. And yet people think we have the brightest crayon in the box. That is our lead IO. I think he's good at theory. He can profile people, follow a sequence of events, blah blah blah, corroborate and all that. That is theory, that is in his head. But going back to test theories against the information and evidence that he discovered through his investigation, nothing makes sense, and it doesn't even give us reasonable grounds to believe that those 5 men are the ones that committed this crime. So let's take a listen to this.
Chain of money from Miss NXUMALO to the accused?
No, not electronically, my lord. There's no electronic evidence. In other words, money being transferred from her bank accounts to their...
What you are saying, Brigadier, in another way, from the bank records that you received from the respective banks, there was no evidence to suggest that there was any payment from Miss NXUMALO into the respective account.
Indeed, I agree, my lord, but there was also no such assertions. As I'm saying, the payments that we are aware of were made in cash. As to how they got to the accused, who pay other accused, we don't have that chain of electronic transfer. The money was paid in cash.
According to your investigations, Brigadier, how much was paid?
My lord, the amount that I can recall, for example, with the accused number 2, he says he was given 15,000 first. That's accused number 2. Insofar, and you'll find it in exhibit HJ and JJ. And then subsequently, then he was given 30,000. So if you conclude that amount, it goes to 45,000. I think accused 1 also in his confession indicates the amount he received. I just don't know. I don't recall the exact numbers, my lord.
And who paid these amounts? Do you know?
My lord, it's clear. It's indicated in exhibit JJ. Accused 2 indicates who gave him the money. The balance was given by accused number 5. The 30,000 to accused number 2.
Who was the source of this amount or the payment?
It was the accused, my lord, because I'm dealing with evidence. The accused paid the other accused. That's the evidence that we've got.
Nazo apha mangami. Accused paid other accused to commit. There's no source of money and no trail of transaction to corroborate this assertion.
So I want to mention in the statement of Sifiso Zungu that it does implicate the accused and say they acted, all of them, together in the killing of SENZO MEYIWA. We know that accused 1 and 2 received money, and he says all of them, they told him when he was talking to the accused that they were involved in the killing of SENZO MEYIWA.
And really people want the Meyiwa family and South Africans at large to believe this, that this brilliant mind that the investigating team did a sterling job by cracking this cold case from being cold to a melting case that we see in front of our eyes. Honestly, South Africa's intelligence has been taken for a ride here. IO took Zungu's statement for a fact. There is no validation of facts. There is no authentication of events, as Zungu said they occurred at that time, at that place, and in the manner that Zungu said they happened. And now we understand that all 5 accused told Zungu that they did what happened to Senzo. Honestly, you don't have to be a genius or a lawyer to understand, to use your mind. God gave us our mind before qualification or anything else. If you don't want to engage your intelligence, that is your own fault.
And we know these two were paid, and he says all of them were together, and he places them in the hostel that he saw them, he was there on that day. So logic, my lord, will dictate that if the SAS assertion, how could it be when they say 5 acted in common purpose, they move together, this witness places them in the hostel, 2 will then get paid and 3 not get paid. It doesn't mention the amount, but it puts them together, and it is based on the private confession that was told to him by accused 2, my lord. And I think a big reference to accused 1 as well.
He further instructs me that he did not receive any payment or any proceeds in the commission of this offense whatsoever, and his bank records speak the same. What is your comment, Brigadier?
No, my lord, as I've said, I will agree insofar as the bank statements are concerned, and that applies to all the accused insofar as the bank statements are concerned. But if you look at the fact, and we dealt with this yesterday, with this aspect, my lord, yesterday, that accused 1 and 2 was paid, and then we have 5 accused who are acting in common purpose. I mean, it's the same as one pulling a trigger. If someone pulls a trigger, he pulls it on behalf of the others. It will not make logic, my lord, that one person is getting paid when people are acting together and the others are not getting paid. What I can agree is that factually what we have is that payments that we can account for are insofar as accused 1 and 2. But logic will dictate, my lord, that if people are acting in common purpose, they will not do that for nothing, my lord, whereas others are getting paid.
Ngizovuma-ke ukuthi yebo-ke impela akukho-ke ubufakazi futhi-ke akukho-ke nokutshengisayo-ke kuyitatimende zebhange kubona bonke kungasiyena kuphela umsola wesine, kubona bonke abasolako ukuthi-ke kwakhokhwa-ke ebhange. Kodwa-ke ubufakazi-ke esinabo ukuthi-ke umsola wokuqala kanye nowesibili-ke bakhokhelwa-ke bona. Manje-ke uma ngaba-ke abantu behlangene-ke ngomqondo owodwa benza into eyodwa, angeke-ke abanye bakhokhelwe base abanye-ke bengakhokhelwa. Isibonelo-ke asisebenzisayo ubrigadier sokuthi-ke uma oyedwa kuyena-ke odubulile, abanye-ke bengadubulanga, kodwa labo bantu labo bese benza into eyodwa behlangene ngomqondo, nalabo abangadubulanga nabo-ke bayahlanganiswa nesenzo saloyo odubulile.
So you are using logic, Brigadier. It's not evidence supported by facts.
No, no, I'm using...
So it's your own inferential reasoning.
No,
it's not evidence supported by facts.
All right. So I'm using facts, my lord, insofar as what is contained in the confession of accused 1 and 2. That is a fact that you got paid. Then I'm using logic, my lord, in the sense that if they're acting together in common ground, understanding of what they need to do, it will not make logic, my lord, that only 2 will get paid and the others are just doing it for free. There's no logic in that, my
lord. Remember to like, it is free. Subscribing, it is free. Sharing the video, it's free. So I hope this video will convince you if you haven't yet subscribed. And remember to comment on the comment section so that this video can be recommended to like-minded people for viewing. Thank you so much. Until the next one, bye.